I'm going to give you the answer to $1 million question. When is the bottom for Bitcoin in crypto? That's the question everyone's wondering. If you're in crypto, that's your thought. If you're on social media looking at Bitcoin and crypto, that's the topic everybody's talking about. Everyone has an opinion, everyone has a number, but I'm going to give you a cheat code based on the facts and the charts that will probably blow your mind. We're going to cover that in today's video. If you're new, my name is Steve. Started in the stock market a little over 20 years ago, back when I was 16, and I was horrific. I made every mistake in the book. It was so stressful. I spent the next 20 years figuring out how to dominate this game, and I'm here sharing my knowledge and wisdom with you so you don't have to make all the ridiculous mistakes that I did. Hit that subscribe button, and let's jump straight into the charts. Now, what we're going to cover today is a fascinating chart. We're going to cover the top of it and we're going to cover the bottom of it. And this is where it gets very interesting because the top is telling a distinct story and the bottom is telling a distinct story. And these stories intertwine to make a legendary chart. What you're wondering is, when is the bottom? Is there a cheat code? What can I do? Tell me, please. Now, what we've noticed in Bitcoin is that Bitcoin drops below this green line on rare occasions. And on the monthly chart, it doesn't hang out there for very long, but we'll call this the golden zone. So if you've been following my channel for a long time, you know the golden zone is with the Gaussian channel. But we've made a different golden zone that's a little bit cleaner, and I'm going to share with you why that's so important. So the Gaussian channel we usually cover on the 5-day. This is on the monthly. So on the monthly, we drop below here into this golden zone, which represents the best buying opportunity of your entire life, which, by the way, we're in the golden zone right now. More on that in a moment. But every handful of years, we drop below the golden zone for not very long. In the COVID period, it was incredibly short. In 2018, it was relatively short. It was fairly long back here in 2015. So this is where things get interesting because we're in the golden zone now, but we use the bottom to tell us market tops and market bottoms. What I mean by that is we know the market tops when we cross above this red line in the RSI on the monthly. So we have several cheat codes with this one chart right here. If we go back to this level here, 2013, 2014, you can see that we dipped our head above this red line here. That's when the market actually topped. And then we came down after a whole bunch of months. We broke this green line. That's when we knew we entered the golden zone. But how do we know when we bottom? More on that in a second. We have a cheat code. But look at the next market top. Next market top, we crossed our head above here on the red line. We had our market top. It took us a bunch of months to cross below this green line, but when we did, we entered the golden zone, and you hear the story. But how do you know when we reach the bottom? Well, if we look at the bottom yellow line here, this is when we reach the bottom. When the RSI on the monthly touches the yellow line, at the same time, we're in the golden zone. It marks the exact monthly candle that has our bottom. It did so in 2015. If we fast forward to 2018, we ask ourselves, well, is the same story true? Here is when we touched the bottom line, and that is when we had our monthly market bottom. So 2015, touched the yellow line, golden zone, market bottom. 2018, touched the yellow line, golden zone, market bottom. How about present day? Because the COVID crash was not a traditional bear market. There was nothing about it that it was a traditional bear market. In fact, we didn't even have a candle close below here. We had no candle close below here. We had a wick, but we did not have a traditional bear market. Here, we've had so far 2 monthly candles close below this line. We're in a traditional bear market. And by the way, look at where we are right now. We are touching this yellow line at the same time we are in the golden zone. What has that told us previously? Market bottom, market bottom. Right now, you're probably not even thinking that this is a potential market bottom because you're expecting prices to go way lower. Why? Because that's what everyone is saying. But right in front of us, right under our nose, could very well be a market bottom right now. Now, to be fair, this RSI level and this candle have not closed yet. We still have a little ways to go in this month. So at the end of the month, we need to see where we're at, if we're still on this yellow line, or did we come up above it and we're not going to have to touch on this yellow line, because this is not official yet. We're in the middle of our monthly close. We have not closed. So we really need to gauge at the end of the month, where is this? If it's still touching this yellow line, then it's very likely that we have had our market bottom. And if you missed our other videos, we talked about the market bottom with this yellow line crossing the red line, that we just had this cross. We've only had it 2 other times. Both of those times were at or days before the market bottom. And then we covered another chart with the 4-day death cross. We usually have that cross about 40 days before our market bottom, which would put our market bottom either at this week or next week. So these are the facts that we're looking at. We could be in our market bottom this week or in the next week or 2. And it's a small little window that could very well play out to be very, very powerful. So stay tuned for more. Hit that subscribe button. Do not miss these major moves. And we'll see you right back here in the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.